What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be going over how to break 5 minutes in the mile. So it's a pretty standard goal in distance running. Most track athletes and cross-country runners want to break 5 minutes, obviously, in the mile, and it's a pretty standard benchmark. I would say it sets good runners apart from mediocre runners. Not that you're like amazing if you just run sub 5, but it's definitely a great benchmark, and it shows they have a lot of potential in the sport. So anyone can do this if they work really hard. And personally, I've broken 5 in the mile. In my first year, I ran 4:46 mile. So I would say I'm pretty qualified to teach how to break 5 minutes. It seems like a huge feat to break 5 minutes in the mile, but it's not super hard, and as I said earlier, anyone can do it. So first of all, we have to break the mile into 4 parts, the 4 laps. So each lap for a 5-minute mile flat has to be 75 seconds, or a minute and 15 seconds. So in order to break it, at least one of those laps has to be under 75 seconds if all the other ones are 75 seconds. So to do this, whatever lap you can do, say you run the first lap really fast, you run 70 seconds, and then you can go slower the other laps. You can break it into a million different ways, but has to be an average of under 75 seconds per lap if you want to break 5 minutes. So let's get into actual race strategy. So in my opinion, there's 2 ways to break 5 minutes in the mile, or just to run a PR in general, and that's to either die a slow death, which is when you just hold on, you just go out fast and hold on, just go as fast as you can. You obviously can't hold it the whole race, but just try to keep running as fast as you can. That's how you can hit a huge PR if you do hold on. Other times it's a little bit risky, maybe you're going to burn out and run terrible, but yeah, it could work. And then another one, which is just go out at target pace, and as the race progresses, just try to increase your pace, which is really easier said than done, because when you're racing, you're not just really like, oh, it's time to increase pace. It gets harder, and you just got to go all out at the end, either technique. So they're basically pretty similar. It's just one, you go out fast. Another one, you just pretty much run a standard race. Another thing you need to make sure you're doing if you want to break 5 minutes in the mile is to stay on the inside of the track. So my first mile of this winter season, I ran it with my friend or my teammate also. And we started the race. We were the top 3 seeds. I think I was number 3, he was number 2. And we both went out just conservative as hell. We started at the end of the pack for some reason, even though we were in a California start. We just didn't go and get our position right away. And we had to run around people the entire race who were slower than us, and it slowed us down. We ended up running 4:53, but we were much better than that. So we weren't like cautious. We knew we were going to break 5, but we thought we were going to probably break 4:50, and we didn't do that at all because we didn't stay on the inside of the track because we had to get around. So get into your position, get into a good position, go out strong, and stay on the inside of the track the whole race, but pass people when you have to, obviously. But try to stay on the inside so you have to run the least amount of distance. That's all for race strategy, but as far as breaking 5 minutes in the mile, you just have to keep getting better and better. And even if your goal is break 5:30, break 4:30, break 5, anything, just keep getting better, and eventually you'll hit that goal if you stay consistent. So ways to get better are to build mental toughness, become a better racer. You can do that by just making sure your workouts are hard, finishing every workout hard, making sure you're out of breath and challenging yourself to the max every workout. That's good physically and mentally, but that's really important. Good workouts, consistent workouts. Workout, easy run. You can't obviously only do workouts, you just do easy runs, which they're not killing you. But even in your easy runs, you don't want to be like super slow. You don't want to go fast where you're like potentially injuring yourself, but you want to go at a pace that's a comfortable pace still. So what workouts should you be doing to get better at racing the mile and hitting a huge PR? Longer distance workouts, so 800-meter repeats, mile repeats, fartleks, 5K and other tempo runs. They're 4 standard workouts that are going to be good for all distances, 800 meters to even 400 meters to 5K, 8K, 10K. They really build your aerobic base and really just make you a better distance runner. They're mentally toughening, and they boost your VO2 max, which is very important. Not to get into the science of it too much, but clearly they make you a better distance runner, which makes you better suited for the mile and helps you break 5. So you can't be just doing 400-meter repeats. They're not terrible, but you can't just be doing speed work. You have to do longer distance rep workouts like that. There's millions of other workouts similar to these ones. But you get the point. You should be running for a long time per rep, at least 800 meters for some of your workouts. You should do speed work too for the mile because it's between speed and distance. It's more distance. It's not, I guess the 800 meter will be between them, but there's still a good amount of speed in it. It's a relatively short race when you look at it, but really do longer distance workouts. And the final word of advice I have for someone trying to break 5 minutes in the mile is to keep racing. You're not going to have a good race every race. So if you keep racing and keep trying your best, then you're eventually going to break it. Just keep racing, learn how to race, and you'll get better. Racing in itself is a good workout too. Make sure you keep racing, and eventually you'll break 5 minutes. Stay consistent with your training. Keep doing your workouts. Keep pushing yourself, and you'll break 5 minutes.